talk about the new way to leverage your advertising. It's different, way different than what you're used to, but it's also easier to convert, cheaper, recyclable, and more scalable than any other traffic source you've ever leveraged. So it's probably worth learning something a little bit new, right? The number one question you need to ask yourself with a traffic or advertising decision is, can I build a retargeting list? Need to ask that question. I know it sounds kind of, well, I can always add in retargeting. No, you can't always. Some promotion is lost promotion. We try to focus all our promotion on a point where we can always drop that retargeting pixel because it's going to make our advertising cheaper, it's going to make our conversions higher, and put more money in our pocket every single time, as well as building out a long-term traffic source that we can leverage at a moment's notice. So why is the question important? Kind of went over that just now, but let's keep going. Normal advertising is predominantly one and done. You pay for a click, it drives it to the sales page, that's it. You buy an email drop, it sends traffic, it's done. You send out an email, the click happens, the traffic goes, nothing else happens. One and done. One and done is never a good thing in marketing. We've all heard the saying that it takes, 5 to 7 points of contact to make a sale, right? Is that always the true? No, but predominantly is it true? Yes, it is. It takes multiple points of contact. So if you use one and done advertising, you have to use a lot more, 3 to 5 times more one and done advertising just to get the same effect of leveraging retargeting. Retargeting lists are reusable in an on-demand traffic source, as we talked about. And building retargeting lists defrays advertising costs and can boost conversions. Again, we talked about that. Normal advertising plus retargeting equals cheap, recyclable traffic. It creates this never-ending siphon of traffic that you can just keep spinning around like a washing machine. It's awesome, guys. If you're not leveraging retargeting, I'm going to beat it into your head all weekend. Every one of these presenters who's going to be up here will be saying the word retargeting at least once in their presentation. It's a requirement. Okay, always promote content. Why? Content allows visitors to get to know you without the pressure of a sale. It establishes you as the expert and authority in the marketplace. It's dirt cheap. Promoting content is dirt cheap. How many of you guys have ever run a pay-per engagement ad or boosted a post on Facebook and had just the craziest dirt cheap traffic ever? Guess what? You can do that all day long with content. Try doing that with an offer. It doesn't work as well. It always gets approved. No network is going to disapprove a nice blog article or a viral piece as long as it's not doing something that's one of those real banned categories, right? Like a deal's into. But if you're building an asset with this content piece too, you're building a traffic platform. You're going to start getting organics. You're going to start getting natural traffic. It's going to get rankings. It's going to build up. You're building an asset that can be leveraged over and over again. That content can be constantly remarketed and pushed out multiple times. So, send traffic only to content where you can drop a pixel. So there's 2 ways to do this. Either on a site that you control or by using a tool that allows you to drop a pixel without leveraging the site that you control, which we have a tool called User Grow I'll tell you guys a little bit about in a little bit. So, the way this would work with the User Grow, obviously on a site you control, you put the code in, you put the pixel code in your page. If you don't control it, this is the flow just so you guys understand. You have the link to the content, which let's say it's CNN.com. You want to link them to a big article on CNN. Okay? You would use User Grow to redirect and cloak that link so and then you give the user, or you put on Facebook or in the ad, the User Grow link. Okay? The link itself drops a retargeting pixel for you when they click the link, and then it sends them on to the content. So now you're building a retargeting pixel by getting people to click on content you don't control. How many of you guys have found really awesome content in your niche that you would love to be able to leverage but can't figure out a way to do it? This is how, okay? The other cool thing about User Grow is you can actually pop an offer up in front of them as well, but you don't have to do that. So the goal is to still make money. Trust me, guys, we don't want to market content and not make money. We want to make money. But you only want to run traffic to a content piece or content page that is related to a specific offer you have to sell. If you are in the weight loss niche and you are going to run a traffic piece to how to cure cancer and you don't have an offer that's on that helps with cancer, not a good fit, okay? Stick to content that's about your market. And the more targeted and tightly related it is, the better the traffic, the higher qualified they're going to be, and the better the conversion rate and uptake on your click-throughs on your retargeting ad is going to be. So make sure you focus on building content that makes sense to the market. Be smart about your content. This is a big one. Any old content just won't do, okay? It takes a little bit of effort, but it's totally worth it. The more viral the content, the better. Why? You're getting super cheap traffic to this content, right? It has the ability, especially on Facebook or Twitter or StumbleUpon, some of these other networks, to go viral. You can further extend your advertising budget by getting people to share it, like it, post on it, and if you have a really engaging piece or something that ties into a trend that's happening that may make sense with your market, then you can get just massive amounts. I'll show you in some of the case studies how these people just got ridiculous amounts of traffic doing this. So leverage and integrate topics that are trending when possible, like we just said. No generic content, and create content that is segmented based on your various offers. If you have 2 core offers, then you need to have 2 different segments of content, like a blog with 2 different categories. Each category pertains to the product that you're selling, not the product name, but that product-specific demographic. So you focus your content around what that demographic wants. There's all kinds of great ways that you can go out and basically crowdsource and curate additional content that you can then put on your site, leverage, run traffic to, and reap the rewards of the retargeting straight to the offer. So you also need to write in the language that your audience speaks, okay? This is a big deal. If you are marketing to an audience that you are just, it's like a niche you just picked because you want to make money in it, but you're not really related to that audience, you need to learn how they speak, okay? Perfect example of this is Don Wilson. I don't even know if he's in the room right now. But Don and I did a bunch of stuff in the gun niche with all my gun pages. Don would try to write an email to my gun niche people, and we'd get the most unsubscribes, complaints, we'd not make any sales, nothing, because he could not get the language right. And I'd read the email, I'm like, what did you do? And it turns out he just didn't know how to write it. So I would fix it, and then we'd send the same email out with my language that spoke to the market, and we'd make ridiculous amounts of money. You need to be able to speak your market's language. And every market has a lingo, has a slang, has a message. Repurpose the same content across multiple networks. Make your work for you. Don't create 20 different content pieces to go on 20 different networks. Create one content piece that you can leverage across multiple networks. Why? Because traffic is different. There's different traffic in different networks. Some of it crosses networks, but a lot of traffic is unique or semi-unique to the networks that you're going to market on. So just because you have that same article on Facebook doesn't mean you can't push it out to, AdWords or StumbleUpon or Twitter or anything like that, because there are people there that haven't seen it on Facebook. So you can repurpose your content. It's very, very easy. Content-centered promotions make scaling easy. So I'm going to show you 5 different high-quality traffic sources that were previously unavailable to you in the direct promotion model. You couldn't use them. Now you can scale, because one of the easiest ways to scale in a business is just pour on more traffic. Okay, you got your conversions, you're making money, but you got one traffic source. Cool. How do you double your business? Add another traffic source. Well, how about if we could add 5?
Today, I just want to talk to you a little bit about Facebook ads and using them to drive traffic to your store. Over the last week, we've doubled sales every single day. And this morning, about 7:30 this morning, we already were over $1,000 profit for the day.